Life's the funny thing is, one moment you're on top of the world, feeling invincible, and the next, you're questioning everything you thought you knew. But here's the kicker. It's not always the big dramatic events that throw us off course. Sometimes, it's the people we let into our lives who can make or break our journey to success no, I'm not talking about the opposites. No, the real danger often comes from those who wear a mask of normal, hiding their true nature behind a facade of friendliness or charm. These are the individuals who can slowly but surely erode your confidence, drain your energy, and lead you astray from your goals in dream. But fear not, my friends, for today we're going to dive deep into a topic that's as crucial as it is often overlooked. We're going to explore the 5 telltale signs that you might be dealing with an evil person. And let me tell you, recognizing these signs could be the difference. What's between living a life of fulfillment and purpose or getting trapped in a cycle of negativity and missed opportunity? So I want you to pay close attention, because what I'm about to share with you could very well be the key to unlocking your true potential and safeguarding your journey. Sign number 1. They consistently undermine your self-worth. Imagine you've just achieved something remarkable. Maybe you've landed that promotion you've been eyeing for months. Or perhaps you finally mustered the courage. Just start that side business you've been dreaming about. You're feeling on top of the world, right? But then along comes this person in your life. And instead of celebrating your success, they find a way to diminish it. They probably just felt sorry for you. They might say about your promotion, "Are you sure you're cut out for running a business? It's not as easy as you think." Its subtle jabs might seem harm. But let me tell you, there's dangerous to termites in the foundation of your house. They eat away at your confidence bit by bit, until you start doubting yourself at every turn. You see, truly evil people have a knack for making you feel small. They're masters of the backhanded compliment, experts at planting seeds of doubt in your mind. And the worst, they often do it with a smile, disguising their malice. It's concern or friendly ad. But here's the thing. Your self-worth is not up for negotiation. It's not something that should be at the mercy of someone else's opinion. Your value as a person, potential for greatness. These are inherent qualities that no one has the right to diminish. So how do you combat this? First, you need to recognize it for what it is. When someone consistently makes you feel less than, when they always seem to have a criticism ready, whenever you share good news, that's a red flag. That's not friendship. That's not love. And it's certainly not support. Next, you need to build up your internal defenses. Strengthen your self-belief by taking stock of your achievements, no matter how small they might seem. Did you get out of bed this morning when you really didn't feel like it? That's an achievement. Did you make that phone call you've been putting off? Another win in your column. Dart Success Journal. Every night before you go to bed, write down 3 things you accomplished that day. They don't have to be earth-shattering. Maybe you're drunk enough water, or you helped the coworker with a task. The point is to train your mind in the focus on your win, to build a bulletproof vest of self-confidence that can withstand the arrows of negativity other might shoot your way. Remember, the opinion that matters most is the one you have of yourself. Don't let anyone else write your story or define your worth. You are the author of your life. Can you get to decide what's the success and fail? Moving on to sign number 2. They manipulate your emotions for their gain. Now this is a tricky one because it often starts so subtly that you might not even notice it. It's like a frog in a pot of water. If you throw a frog into boiling water, it'll jump right out. But if you put it in cool water and slowly turn up the heat, it won't realize the danger until it's too late. That's how emotional manipulation works. It starts small. Maybe they guilt trip you into doing something you're not comfortable with. "If you really care about me, you do this," they might say. Or perhaps they play the victim card whenever you try to set bounds. "I can't believe you treat me like this after all I've done for." Before you know it, you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, always worried about their reaction, always trying to keep them happy at the expense of your own well-being. You become a puppet, and they're pulling all the strings. But here's the harsh: someone who truly cares you, someone who has your best interests at heart, will never use your emotions as a weapon against you. They won't make you feel guilty for having needs or boundaries. They won't make their happiness your responsibility. So how do you protect yourself from this kind of manipulation? The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to how you feel after interacting with certain people. Do you feel drained? Angst, like you're never good enough? These are all red flags. Next, learn to trust your dad. Humans have an incredible intuition. Our built-in alarm system that tells us when something's not right. But too often we ignore it. We rationalize, we make excuses, we tell ourselves we're overreact. Stop doing that. If something feels off, it probably is. Practice setting and maintaining boundaries. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to it. But remember, boundaries are not walls. They're not meant to keep people out. The guidelines that teach people how to treat And anyone who doesn't respect your boundaries doesn't learn to say no without feeling guilty. Noah is a complete sent. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Taking care of your time, your energy, your peace of mind. These are precious resources. Don't let anyone guilt you in the squandering. And most importantly, remember that you are not responsible for anyone else's. You can be kind, you can be supportive. But at the end of the day, each person is in charge of their own. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Now let's move on to sign number 3. They consistently lie or distort the truth. Honesty, my friends, is the bedrock of any healthy relationship, whether it's personal or professional. Without trust, without the ability to take someone at their word, what do we really have? But an evil person. They view the truth as something flexible, something to be molded and shaped to suit their need. It might start small. Little white lie here, or slight exaggeration there. Maybe they tell you they're stuck in traffic when really they just forgot about your plans. Where they claim credit for work that wasn't entirely theirs. These might seem like minor infractions. Hardly worth, but let me tell you, they're just the tip of the iceberg. You see, for truly malevolent individual, lying is as natural as breathing. They'll create elaborate stories to cover their tracks, gaslight you into questioning your own memories, and manipulate facts to always paint themselves in the best light. And here's the kicker. When confronted with their lies, they'll often double down. They'll accuse you of being paranoid, of not trusting them enough. They might even manage to turn the tables and make you feel guilty for questioning them in the first place. This constant dance with dishonesty can leave you feeling disoriented, unsure of what's real and what's not. It's like trying to build a house on quick. No matter how hard you try, you can never find solid ground. So how do you deal with a chronic liar? First and foremost, trust your instinct. If something doesn't add up, if their stories are full of inconsistencies, pay attention to that nagging feeling in your gut. Start keeping a record. It might sound paranoid, but when you're dealing with someone who constantly distorts the truth, having concrete EV can be a lifesaver. Write down important conversations. Keep receipts, save text messages. This isn't about building a case against, it's about protecting your own sand. Learn the fact check. If they make a claim that seems, don't be afraid to verify it. Independent. This isn't about not trust them. It's about being diligent and taking responsibility for the information you accept is true. And perhaps most importantly, don't let them gaslight. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where the liar to you, making you question your own memory perception and say. They might say things like, that never happened, or you're just imagined. Stand firm in your reality. Trust your memories. Trust your perceptions. Remember, a relationship without trust is like a car without an engine. At night, look good on the outside, but it's not going to take you anywhere. Don't waste your time trying to build something meaningful with someone who sees the truth as, let's dive into sign number 4. They lack empathy and show no remorse. Empathy, my friends, is the glue that holds society together. It's what allows us to connect with others, to understand their pain, to celebrate their joy. It's what makes us human. But for some individuals, this crucial quality is conspicuously an evil person. You see, views the world solely through the lens of their own desires and need. They're like a black hole, constantly taking, never giving, oblivious. Listen to the damage they leave in their wake. You might notice this in small ways at first. Maybe they never asks about your day. Are they saying bored or irritated when you share your problems? Perhaps they make jokes at others' expense, unable to understand why anyone would be upset by their harmless fun. But as time goes on, their lack of empathy becomes more apparent and more damaging. They might betray your trust without a second thought, hurt you deeply and showed no remorse, or even take pleasure in others' miss. What makes this particularly insidious is that many of these individuals are masters of cognitive EMP. They can read people, understanding intellectually what others are feeling, but they lack effective empathy. The ability to actually feel what others feel. This makes them dangerous, as they can use their understanding of emotions to manipulate and exploit without being hindered by genuine care for others' well-being. So how do you protect yourself from someone who lacks? Pay attention to how they treat others, especially those who can't do anything for them. Do they treat waitstaff with respect? Are they kind of children and animals? How do they talk about people? Next, notice how they react when you're going through a tough time. Do they offer support? Or do they somehow make it about themselves? Do they dismiss your feelings or try to one-up your problems with their own? Be wary of those who never apologize or who apologize without changing their behavior. True remorse lead to change. If someone keeps hurting you in the same way and offering empty apologies, that's a red flag. Remember, you can't teach empathy to someone who fundamentally, it's not your job to fix them or to be their moral comp. Your energy is better spent on cultivating relationships with those who can reciprocate your care and concern. And now we come to our fifth and final. They have a constant need for control. Perhaps the most dangerous trait of all, because for truly evil individ, control isn't just something they desire, it's something they need like air or water. And they'll go to almost any lengths to get. Now, this need for control can manifest in many ways. In a professional setting, they might micromanage every aspect of a project, refusing to delegate or trust others' abilities. They might take credit for others' work, or throw colleagues under the bus to make themselves look better. In personal realm, they might try to dictate who you can see, what you can wear, how you should spend your money. They might use emotional manipulation, guilt tripping, or even threat to keep you in line. But here's the thing. True power. Strength doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from self-mastery, from being in control of your own reaction. Anyone who needs to dominate others to feel powerful is, in reality, deeply insecure. So how do you deal with someone who has an insatiable need for control? First, set clear, non-negotiable boundaries. Make it clear what you will and won't tolerate. And when they inevitably try to push those boundaries, stand firm. Practice learn to say no without feeling guilty. Remember, you have the right to make your own decisions, to have your own thoughts and feelings. Don't let anyone convince you other. Build a support network. Controlling individual often try to isolate their target, making them more dependent and easier to manipulate. Don't let this. Maintain your relationships with family and friends. Keep lines of communication open with people you trust. And perhaps most importantly, work on building your own sense of self-worth, because the stronger you are in yourself, the less susceptible you'll be to someone else's attempts to control you. Now, as we wrap up, I want you to remember something crucial. Recognizing these signs is just the first step. The real challenge, the real test of your character, comes in how you respond. It's easy to become bitter, to let the actions of evil people jade you against. But that, my friends, is letting them win. Instead, use these experiences as fuel for your own growth. Let them teach you about the kind of person you don't want to be, the kind of behavior you won't tolerate. Use your encounters with these toxic individuals as a catalyst. What's to become more empathetic? Moana's more respectful of others' boundaries. Let it drive you to be a force for good in the world, to be the kind of person who lifts others up instead of tearing them down. Remember, you can't control the actions of others, but you have complete control over your own response. Choose wisdom. Seems to be kind even when faced with cruelty. Choose to be honest even when surrounded by. Choose to respect others' autonomy, even when others try to control you. And most importantly, choose to invest your time and energy in those who reciprocate your positivity, who celebrate your successes. Life is too short and too precious to waste on those who drain you, who dim your. Their success isn't just about achieving your goals or making money. True success is about becoming the best version of yourself, about making a positive impact on the world around you. And sometimes that means having the courage to walk away from toxic or illegal, to set bound, to prioritize your own well-being. So I challenge you today, take a good hard look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they celebrating your successes or undermining your confidence? Are they respecting your boundaries or constantly pushing them? And if you recognize any of these 5 signs we've discussed today, don't ignore. Don't make excuses. Whether that means having a difficult conversation, setting former bound, or in some cases, walking away entirely. Do what you need to do to protect your peace, your dreams, your potential. Because here's the truth. You are capable of incredible. You have within you the power to achieve your wildest dreams, to make a real difference in this world. But you can't do that if you're constantly battling against people who are trying to hold you back, who are trying to dim your light. So shine bright, my friends. Don't let anyone tell your sparkle. Surround yourself with people who feel your fire, who push you to be better, who celebrate your uniqueness. These are the people who will help you reach height you never thought pose. And remember, in the grand tapestry of life, you get to choose the threads you weave with. Choose people who add color to your life, not those who try to bleach out your vibrancy. As you leave here today, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Promise that you'll guard your heart, your mind, and your dreams fiercely. Promise that you'll no longer tolerate toxic behavior, no matter how well disguised it might be. Your own growth and well-being. Because when you do that, when you start value in yourself and your potential, amazing things start to happen. Doors open, opportunities. The right people come into your life. You see, the universe has a funny way of responding when you start. How to truly value. It's like it said, well, if you think you're worth it, then so do I. And suddenly all those dreams that seem so far out of reach start to feel possible. So go for it from here with your eyes wide open, your boundaries firm, and your spirit unbreakable. Don't let the darkness of the extinguish your light. Instead, let it fuel you to shine even brighter. You have greatness within you. You have the power to create, to inspire, To make a real difference in this world, don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Don't let anyone's negativity or attempts to control you hold you back from reaching your full potential. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to choose who you want to be, how you want to live, and who you want in your life. Make those choke. Make them reflect your highest values, your biggest dream, your true self. And as you navigate this journey called life, always keep in mind that the journey you're on is uniquely yours. No one else can walk your path. No one else can fulfill your potential. That's your job, and what a glorious job it is. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can choose to let the negativity of others drag you down, or you can choose to rise of it. You can choose to let fear hold you back, or you can choose to be courageous and take that first step towards your dream. You can choose to settle for less than you deserve, or you can choose to demand the best from yourself and other. And let me tell you, my friends, those choices, those seemingly small decisions you make every day, they add up, they compound, they create the life you're living right now, and they're shaping the life you'll be living 5, 10, 20 years from now. So choose wisely, choose with intention. When you feed your mind, you become more capable, more confident. When you move your body, you have more energy, more vitality. When you practice gratitude, you have more joy, more positivity. And when you invest in yourself, you become more valuable, more capable of achieving your dreams. But here's the thing, I can't make you implement these habits. I can't make that choice for you. Only you can do that. Only you can decide that today is the day you start changing your life. Because every day you're making choices. Every action you take, every habit you engage in, is a vote for the person you want to become. When you hit the snooze button instead of getting up early, you're voting for procrastination over productivity. When you scroll through your phone instead of reading a book, you're voting for distraction over growth. When you skip your workout, you're voting for comfort over health. But the good news is, you can change your vote, starting right now. You can start voting for the person you want to become. You can start voting for success, for growth, for the life you've always. And let me tell you those votes add up, they compound. Just like how a small pebble can start an avalanche, these small daily choices can create mass change in your life. Think about it this way. If you improved just one each day after a year, you'll be 37 times better. That's the power of compound growth. That's the power of consistent. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I miss a day? What if I slip up? And here's what I want you to understand. Perfection is not the goal. Consistency is. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up about it. Just get back on track. Stay. Remember, we're playing the long game here. We're not looking for overnight success. We're looking for sustained, long-term growth. And in the long term, it's about being consistent. Most think about it like steer. If you're off course by just 1 degree, over a short distance, it doesn't make much difference. But over a long journey, that 1 degree can take you to a completely different destination. These habits are like adjusting your course. They might not seem like much on any given day, but over time, they can take you to a completely different life. And here's another thing I want you to understand. These habits aren't just about achieving external success. They're about becoming the kind of person who achieved success. They're about building character, developing discipline, cultivating resilience. Because here's the truth. Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. It's about the person you develop into as you work towards your goal. These habits will make you stronger. They'll make you more disciplined. They'll make you more focused. They'll make you more resilient. And those qualities, they're valuable in every area of life. They'll help you in your career, in your relationships, and your personal growth. Now I want to address something else. Show me. You might be thinking, but I'm too old to. I've been doing things this way for years. It's too late for me. Enter that, I say. It's never too late to become the person you were meant to be. Your past does not define your future. Your age does not limit your potential. The only thing that limits you is your belief and what's possible. And Bala, they can be changed. Starting right now, you can choose to believe in your potential for growth, for change, for success. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s completely transform their lives by adapting new habits. I've seen people who've been stuck in the same patterns for decades break free and achieve things they never thought possible. Because here's the thing, your life is not set in stone. It's not predetermined. It's a result of your choices, your habits, your action, and you have the power to change those at any time. Think about it this way. 5 years from now, you're going to be 5 years older, no matter what. The question is, who do you want to be when you get there? Do you want to be the same person you are now, with the same habit, the same limit? Or do you want to be someone who's grown, who's improved, who's achieved things you once thought impossible? The choice is yours, and it starts with these 5 habits. Now I want to challenge you. I want you to commit right here, right now, to implementing these habits for the next 30 days. Just 30 days. That's all I'm asking for. Because here's the thing. In 30 days, you can create moment. In 30 days, you can start to see changes. In 30 days, you can lay the foundation for a completely new. Imagine waking up 30 days now. You've been rising with the sun every day. You've been feeding your mind before your body. You've been moving every day, practicing gratitude, investing in yourself. How different would you feel? How different would your outlook on life be? I can tell you from experience. The difference will be profound. You'll have more energy. You'll be more focused. You'll be more positive. You'll be more confident. You'll be more capable. And most importantly, you'll have momentum. You'll have proof that you can change, that you can grow, that you can become the person you've always wanted to be. And here's the beautiful. Once you have that proof, once you have that momentum, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Because success breeds success. Growth leads to more growth. Once you start moving forward, it becomes easier and easier to keep moving forward. So I challenge you, commit to these habits for the next 30 days. Write them down. Put them somewhere you'll see them every day. Tell someone about your commitment. Make it real. And then starting tomorrow morning. No, starting right now. Begin implementing these habits. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Take that first step. Rise with the sun tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, before you turn on the TV, feed your mind. Read a few pages of a good book. Then move your body, even if it's just for a few minutes. Throughout the day, practice gratitude. That was the good things in your life, no matter how small. And before you go to bed, invest in yourself. Learn something new. Practice is still. Do something that makes you a little bit better than you were yesterday. Do this for 30 days, and I promise you by the end of those 30 days, you won't want to stop. Because you'll have experienced the power of these habits. You'll have felt the difference they make. You'll have seen the results they produce. And here's the thing. Once you experience that, once you feel that difference, you won't want to go back to your ways. Because you realize that this does grow. This progress, this constant improvement, this is what you were meant for. You were not meant to be stagnant. You were not meant to be stuck. You were meant to grow, to improve, to become the best version of yourself. And these habits, they're the key to unlock that. So I asked you, are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to become the person you were meant to be? Are you ready to unlock your full potential? Because if you are, if you're truly ready, then the time is now, not tomorrow. Not next week, not when things calm down or when the timing is right now. Remember, success is not an accident. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's a series of choices made every single day. And starting right now, you have the opportunity to make those choices. You have the opportunity to vote for the person you want to become. So vote wisely. She was Susan Improvement to Success. Use these 5 habits, and I promise you a year from now, you look back on this moment as the turning point. The moment when everything changed. The moment when you decided to take control of your life and become the person you were always meant to be. The future is yours. The choice is yours.